Hey everyone, it's Coach Trippy. I'm here with Chef Tom today. I'm really excited. We're doing a turkey vegetable soup today. It's going to have great vegetables. It's going to have turkey. It's going to have ramen broth. And here's Chef Tom to talk more about it.
Yeah, good morning. How are you? It's good to be back with Coach Trippy's Healthy Eating. This is a great play on the ramen soup. We're going to roast the turkey. We're going to do it healthy. And it'll be completely roasted. And we're doing a special method called spatchcocking the turkey, and that is so that it will cook faster and it will cook evenly. And we're going to do that. We'll show that for you a little bit later when we break down the turkey. Just keeping things safe. We're doing our mise en place, as they say in the French world, getting everything lined up. I have some various vegetables and some great ginger and different things that will make the broth special.
It's going to be great. I've seen Chef Tom do this before. He's incredible.
Yeah.
And you're going to see him do it now.
I normally do it high fat. We're doing it low fat today. Now, I normally will do it with beef ribs, and but today we're not. And you know, it's the new year. It's still January. When we're filming this, you'll probably see this throughout the year. But
once or twice. But you know, we run a tight schedule, and one of the big things about it is we want to keep eating healthy. So, you know, this is a great, even though it seems like a holiday feast, this is a great healthy meal that you can make anytime.
And something that you've taught me in all the adventures we got, you don't have to sacrifice completely to eat well.
No, you don't have to sacrifice it. Yeah, you can eat well and really have some great stuff.
You know, if the flavor's there in this great broth that we're building, and we're eating a lower cal protein, we can still feel like we're living. Now, I will say this, we are using ramen today. We didn't completely want to take it away from being a ramen, but you could use, if you wanted to even go healthier, and we talked about this when we were getting ready to put it together, you could use a zucchini noodle or a butternut squash noodle that completely takes the pasta out of it, and it cooks fast. So you could put that in right at the end, just like you normally finish a ramen by pouring that hot broth over it, and it'd probably have a nice crunch, and it would probably work really nice. But let's have some fun today.
We went with the ramen, and I'm really good with that.
He okayed that.
I okayed the ramen. I love ramen, and I'm good with it.
All right, so
maybe I'll ride my bike.
Get ready to watch us put a little bit of this together. We're not going to film 10 minutes of cutting onions, so we are going to show you a little bit why we do what we do, and we'll be right here.
We'll be here.
Well, I'm back here, and again, we're not going to show you 10 minutes of cutting, but I want to show you a few of the intricacies of why we do what we do. I have a little bowl here, and it looks like it's just trash, but we are actually going to use these onion skins. So when we peel the onion, we take that off, but if we're making a nice stock and we want to get some color, and especially since turkey's a little lighter of a meat, these onion skins will do well as to bringing a little color to our stock. So we're going to get started right here, and I kind of wash these real well and then split them down the middle, maybe even twice, just so that it creates a little work simplification. And again, this is for stock, so I'm just going to do a nice rough chop, but there's an easy way to cut a lot of celery all at once. It's not really, if you got a sharp knife, you can cut through fairly quickly. Carrots are a little harder, okay? And we're doing a traditional mirepoix today, which is onions, celery, and carrots. Now the onion, I like end to end. I like to cut it down the middle, and keeping the root on one side, I split the onion in half, but not all the way through. And I probably trimmed a little bit too much of the root when I was showing you that. I can still make it work. And now I just do my nice slices. And now it makes it real easy to cut through the onion.
Incredible.
And get a nice even chop. And if there's some pieces, you can run your knife back through it. And we're going to use a standard mirepoix. Well, you know, I mean, everybody's got their own take. The more carrot you use, the more sweeter it's going to be. But a standard mirepoix, we usually use 2 parts onion to 1 part celery, 1 part carrot. And so, and we have that right now. But I need a couple more onions to make that happen. These carrots here, well, I will stop right here and make you aware of these. We're gonna cook these in the broth, and we'll have to kind of work with them so that they don't overcook. But we want to get them tender, and we're gonna leave them like this kind of fancy little carrot. I had to trim some of them, use some of that for the stock. But you can take some of the roughness off this if you want by just peeling it. I don't need to, they're washed, but I don't need to lose it all. I can just clean them up so they look nice and presentable. Good vitamins in those skins, so I'm not gonna lose them. They're going into the stock. Building the stock is really, there isn't anything more critical to making a great ramen than to have that umami, that great taste, and all these steps are what help make it. I know people can take their ramen packets and their ramen 28 cents, it's probably more now, ramen packets and have a nice quick ramen very inexpensively. But to build the stock the right way, man, there's nothing like it. So that I don't cut my fingers. Call it the claw. I'm gonna do one more onion here. That's probably 2 to 1. I'm gonna go with a little more onion. I know Jeff is kind of like a dictator when it comes to
he got some onion. Boy.
But he does say that he doesn't mind it for flavoring.
No, it's good. It's great with flavor.
You just don't want to see it, right?
No. Like on a chicken sandwich, I don't want a big old hunk of onion on it.
Yeah, well, most of us don't have that standard. We like onions. I like them raw. I like them grilled. I like them caramelized. I like them every way that onions come. Every dish I start. But that's my own preference, I guess.
I think that's a lot of how it goes, right? A lot of onion and a lot of
well, the magical world of food,
onion is
the onion is essential. So is garlic. Okay, so we got all the onions we're going to need right here.
There you go.
And that's good. We got our mirepoix. We're also going to roast this so that it caramelizes. It brings out a little browning to it, just to sweeten it, to get some of the added taste out of it. We're going to do that in the oven. And we're also going to use some garlic. We're going to use some ginger. For ginger, we're going to just peel the ginger. I have a big old swatch of it here. We'll take this nub off for right now. And I'm just going to peel it with my knife. I could use a peeler. Pretty much, you know, when you're in the kitchen all the time, you just tend to use your chef knife for everything. And once I get it fairly good, I need a good amount. And then I'm just going to grate it. I got a little grater here. Not a good grater, a small grater. I looked to see if they had a cheese grater. That would have been in our kitchen here today, but we did not. But that's okay. I can chop this up. It's all going in. My broth will be filtered out. You can probably just dump the whole thing in there. But it'll break down easier if it is ground up a little bit, and this gives you that. You know, we don't know that sometimes it's in the soup or the dishes that we eat that are Asian style, but boy, does it add a lot.
Good job.
Yeah, so we're good. And then the garlic, I showed you that before. We'll just break out these cloves.
Oh yeah, you just smashed the garlic, right?
Yeah, it was a whole bulb. Not a lot of people like to buy their garlic, you know, already crushed or what have you. I'm just an old school guy. I just take off the little root part of it. I smash it down, pop them out. Need a lot of garlic for when we're making a big batch of soup. These are not small batches that we're making.
That recipe will be on PB Plunge. We're also going to be soon posting the tortilla soup and the minestrone soup recipes. They're not there yet, but they will be.
Did I give you those?
Not yet.
I'll have to talk to my secretary about that. You know, I just got everything in my head. You know, one of the things I try to teach my students is that you want to develop instincts in the kitchen. Instincts in the kitchen will take you a long way. And I had the opportunity with my students yesterday to teach them some instincts. You know, when they're looking at recipes that they have to make, they all had one potato. They were making some chateau potatoes. They had no, that was the mashed potatoes. They were making mashed potatoes, and the recipe called for 4 cloves of garlic. Well, 1 potato and 4 cloves of garlic is going to be a little bit much.
That's some garlic mash.
And if you don't have an instinct to see that when you're reading a recipe, then you're going to make, you know, and that could be maybe the conversion when it was done, could have been done wrong. Anyways, so it's good to have instincts to know what you're dealing with. So sometimes I don't always have these things down, but I do know them. I'm just going to run my knife through this now and just chop it into a rough kind of chop, or diced or minced. I want to get it to minced, and then I kind of want to crush it. I just like it when it's crushed. And I can do that simply by getting it a little bit chopped up. Something I learned when I was in high school, and I kept it with me ever since. And that is just, I get it here. And again, we're going to filter this. I get it. We could just leave it the way it is. I'm going to just put a little bit of kosher salt down and use that as an abrasive to almost like sandpaper. I've showed you this before. And we're going to use the side of the knife to crush our garlic. Kind of opens it up. No sense buying crushed garlic or even dirtying a garlic press if you can mince it and crush it yourself. And so I'm ready to go with that.
That looks great.
And take. All right, so now
We're back. We're going to start cutting up the turkey.
all right, so we are here with a huge turkey. I mean, by all accounts, it's an average turkey, but it's a big turkey. It's not a 12-pounder. I think it's a 20-pounder.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is the spatchcock method of cutting up a turkey is taking the spine out. So we're going to want to cut along here and here, and then we're going to turn it over, and then we're going to break it, some of those bones, so that it flattens a little bit. So, and I mean, I've done all kinds of cuts. I've done chicken ballantine, I've done turducken. I break down chickens all the time. Doing spatchcock turkey, I wanted to do it. This is my first time, so bear with me. They online they had a kitchen shears. I'm not a kitchen shears guy. I'm a knife guy. So yeah, we're gonna edit this.
We're going to stop now.
No, let's keep it going.
Is it because it's frozen?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff decided to not thaw it all the way for me, so it's just a little tougher than it normally would be. But we have to finish this video, so.
We got to film that coming out.
Oh yeah, are you filming right now?
Almost now.
Beautiful. This is the part that makes it spatchcock, and that is we are taking out the spine. Still have to clip it here a little bit. Ready? All right. So we're making turkey ramen today, and we're cooking a turkey, and we're going to use this spine to make our broth, and we're going to collect the juices that come out of this this turkey here. And we'll use these bones that we have. Turkey was still a little frozen in taking this apart to spatchcock it, but we got through it. So now that we got this all out, a little bit of ice. Thank you, Jeff. Anyway, we got it. So we're ready to go.
So for the record, this is about what you want your defrosted turkey to look like. You don't want it warm in the middle when you're cutting.
Well, yeah, you don't want it warm. No, you just want it thawed.
It's, for the most part, thawed.
It was. He did a good job. I'm actually being fun. It's tough to get it. You know, you do the...
It's a 22-pound turkey.
Yeah, and you do a 4 or 5 day process in the refrigerator like they tell you, but it's still got that ice. So now we're going to flip it over. You get rid of the extra skin here. We do not need this. You can hear it. Come closer. So you can hear it kind of breaking. And the reason why we're doing this is to flatten it so that it better if it's a lower table. I think I got it. Oh, that was frozen in there. Okay. Didn't even see that. And we're going to open the legs up like this, and we are going onto a sheet pan. And
this is going in the oven, just like this.
Yep, and cut. Do it. I'm going to use this stuff that a guy gave me from Bulgaria. I just like it. And it's
that Stan?
It is. Yeah. And it's a seasoning that he uses in many of his dishes, and I like it. I'm gonna taste it.
What is it called?
I can't read that, Jeff. It has a good amount of salt on it, which I probably don't need any more salt after that. I'm going to use a little bit of chili powder, and I'm just making a rub blend, and using some thyme. Thyme goes good with poultry. A little bit of oregano. I am going to use a little bit of salt because there's a lot of salt. That's why I tasted that seasoning. There is a lot of salt in that.
So we're gonna get right down in here, guys.
Yeah. And
Looks great.
1 second.
Any soy?
No, no soy. That's for another day. And a little bit of garlic powder. Oh, I forgot one other thing. And we're going to use some fresh ground black pepper. Good amount. I'm going to be twisting this for a minute. There is some pepper, I think, in that mix that I put from Bulgaria. And that's good. We're ready to go.
Ready? I'm following
Yeah.
you to the other room, Tom.
Yeah, we're going to put this all on this turkey. Need a little oil. You have oil. Just put a little bit of oil on here. I'm going to massage it into the bird a little bit. And I put a little bit of oil on the tray here. Bottom side, I'll get it there. So we're going to, let's season the inside of this first. That was what I was trying to break.
You got it now. I heard it.
Okay. So
Chiropractor.
I put my seasonings all in a bowl so I don't have to go and touch the containers, right? That's kind of not a good thing to do.
You know, you think of these things when you're a professional. I probably
Now,
wouldn't
this
know
is
that.
just 101 here, Jeff.
Me, I would probably.
Okay, got it seasoned pretty good on the inside. So we're going to take this thing, flip it on here. Turn these out. Looks gorgeous, right?
Yeah, it really does.
Got a little oil on the skin that'll help it to brown, which is always a good thing for turkey. Get these nice. Nothing hot in here. I'm going to keep it on the, for the cooler side for Jeff's family.
Yeah.
We can add a little bit of sambal or some chili flake at the end for ourselves. There is a little bit of chipotle going in here, but I'll keep it on a minimum because that is pretty powerful stuff. We are also going to roast this bad boy.
Oh, we're gonna roast it.
Yeah, we're gonna roast it before we boil it.
Got it.
This is the spine. We got some parts here. I don't want the fat. These bones I can use, and just season it up a little bit. Okay, we're good.
Cut.
Yeah. Spatchcock turkey. We're going right into the oven with it.
There we go. Took a shelf out.
I took a shelf out. Let's go right in the middle. Gonna roast this bad boy.
Are you gonna roast this at all?
We are. Let's just get this here. I'll reach over and grab this. I'm gonna get rid of these parts, this fat. I know a lot of people like using the giblet. I'm not using it today. I'm just gonna use this.
Just use the spine.
Yep.
There, in goes the oven.
We're only gonna roast the spine just to brown it, because we're gonna go in and use that to build our stock. So all those veggies and the skins, your mirepoix, we're going to utilize all those to build our stock. I'm just going to put them in to brown a little bit, not burn, but brown for a little bit in our oven. We're going to drop them in here right now.
Here we go. I'm gonna film the turkey cooking a little bit. There it goes.
Oh, look at that. I do need to take my bone out. Don't want to overcook it.
It's ready?
Hang on. Where's the pads? Small people. All right. Bone's been in here, the spine, enough to get some good browning on it. We're going to take that out. I'm gonna boil it, so I don't really need to cook it any more than this.
That's the spine of the turkey that we.
Yeah. I am gonna loosen up the stuff on the bottom over here in our prep sink, just to kind of get some of these goodies. And loosen that up a little bit. So we're gonna use that to help make our stock. Looks like a fish.
That does look like a fish.
That's got it. So we have our carrot. You ready? So we have our carrots, and which will be like, they look great in the soup. We'll have some green onions. Well, I'll chop in a minute for you, and we're also going to use some cabbage. And I'm going to use 2 parts of the cabbage. I'm going to use the green leaves in the cook, towards the end of the cook. And then I'm going to top the cabbage. There's a black spot there. I'm going to top the cabbage with some of the crispier, whiter cabbage. So with this, we're going to just cut this up, get rid of some of these black spots that are on here. And nothing wrong with these leaves. Even the stalk will cook in that soup, that I don't have to really get rid of all too much here, just the black parts. And so I'm just going to do a kind of a rough chop. I want that kind of green leafy greens to be floating in the soup, and it's great vitamins in it. You got all the, the deep color of the leaf will be good for bringing some more vitamins to the dish. And we'll just leave them nice and rough and kind of big. Just like that, that's going to go in. And now we're going to use some of this for the garnish. I'll even probably use some more of this in the cook. And we'll take the core out. And then we'll just shred this. And this can garnish the soup at the end. We got that. I'll take a few of these here. I don't need to use that. We'll just put these in the soup as well. And we have those. And we are good.
All right, tell me.
Okay. I normally use, like when I do my birria tacos, they're a little smaller cans than this, but I usually use a good amount of chipotle. Today we're only going to put this little bit in there, and it brings a nice smoky flavor. Oh boy, it just smells so good. But it does bring a good amount of heat, and I know for Jeff's family we don't want to go up too high on the heat. We'll do one more though. We'll be dangerous. Okay. So that's it though. We're not putting any more in. It'll get too hot if we do. These are smoked jalapenos, and we're good to go. And that's it. We're ready to rock. Ready?
So we're pulling the veggies out.
Yeah, we just browned these up. They look perfect.
This
The
was just
skin's got some color. They got some color around here. Nothing burned, just a little bit browned. We're gonna put that in our soup. We got our bone, and now we are going to do something that I wish we didn't have to do, but you know, you adapt to your surroundings. You do what you have to do, and what we're doing is we want this turkey to brown evenly. And normally you would have it elevated on maybe a rack. We didn't have that here today, so we're going to make the adjustment. You always got to figure it out. We're going to get the same result. That's all that matters, right? So we're going to take this beautifully golden brown spatchcock turkey. You can see that right there.
This looks amazing.
And we are going to flip it because we're going to brown the inside. Not easy. I've never done this, so there's always a first time, right?
Here we go. You need help?
No, I got it. We're going to do this all in one motion. And
You did
I
it.
kind of failed because I broke the leg off, but that's okay. We got it. It actually cooked on the inside pretty well.
It looks steamy hot.
Yeah,
So I
I maybe didn't need to do it. But
don't know. Doing it was a good idea, though.
Yeah, it'll help speed up the process. Not your average way of doing this, especially for presentation, but that's okay because we're going to cut this all up anyway. So we're going to get this done properly. It's still, you can see still the red on the inside, so this will help get that evenly cooked. And we are good to go.
All right. Cut.
All right. So I just have a little bit, you ready?
Yeah.
I just have a little bit of, it's a blend of olive oil, canola, a little bit better heat resistance there instead of just straight up extra virgin olive oil.
And that's the vegetable mix in the scraps, too.
Yeah, and we're going to use this to, we're going to use all this goodies to fortify our stock. We're throwing this in. Nice and toasted brown, but not burnt, you know, no burnt onion. Putting all this good mirepoix in here will make this soup have a depth of flavor that really makes the difference on a good broth. And in addition to this, we're gonna put some liquid in here. We're gonna cheat a little bit, okay? Is that all right?
Yeah.
We're gonna cheat a little bit. We are gonna cheat with some. We're gonna cheat with some chicken stock. You could go straight water because we do have bone.
We're going to use that bone broth chicken stock, right?
Yeah. So, just to me, it's better to, I don't know. I mean, you can make your stock from scratch. We're kind of doing this in a quick way.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's just going to fortify the stock. So if we don't have as much time to, you know, maybe you're working, you don't have as much time to spend, you know, reducing it and having enough bone and all that, we're going to add a little bit of organic bone broth to this. Vegetables have already been toasted to get the best flavor out of them. I'm going to put a few of these in and I'm going to drop that bone in here. Okay, we're going to keep going here. We're making a lot of soup today. We're not making a small batch.
Yeah, you can probably use all 4, right?
I am. And I'm not going to really add too much water to it. I might add a little bit of water because I have the bone in there, so I do have the ability to make some of this be part of that stock. So I will add probably another 2 of these in to the mix here. Let's get these out of here.
I think we have 2 more.
No, this is not 4 is good. You probably do. I just didn't grab it. Because we got this nice, beautiful bone.
That's the spine we cooked up.
Yeah, that's the spine we took. I'm going to drop that in. A couple other bones here. I got a little bit of these goodies. They call them goodies that kind of roasted onto the pan. And so we're going to scrape those up a little bit and get those into all that flavor into the pan. And I'm going to probably use a little bit of water here.
To get some more of that?
No, just rinse the pan. It's got some stuff.
You can put it in that sink.
I know I can, but I want the flavor.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's
So
just wash it.
I don't like wasting stuff. So we're just going to get rid of it a better way. There's still some on there. We're not going to worry about that. Pop that in here. Now, we've got a good start here. I am going to add some water to it. Cut. All right. So I should have probably sauteed this just a tad first. It's okay. But we're using some garlic, ginger, and a little bit of chipotle in here. Okay. Chipotle is going to give us a little smokiness as well as some heat. But not too much heat. I didn't use that much for this big pot of soup. The other thing we're going to use is we're going to use a can of crushed tomato, not crushed, these are whole tomatoes. I'm going to crush them by hand right here, just break them apart in my hands, you know.
No, that was okay in Tina, but you prefer San Marzano.
I do, but you know, once again, I didn't do the grocery shopping. Jeff did.
Well, I didn't find
You know,
San
Mr.
Marzano.
Budge's over here.
No.
I'm teasing. He always gets me good ingredients. It just, sometimes.
Hey, I actually didn't have San Marzano.
Yeah, you gotta look right. You gotta know what you're looking for. I mean,
I don't think they had
you found stuff today from the same store I go to that I never find, and I find stuff that you don't know where it's at.
Yeah, you know.
Sometimes we're men. We don't know how to shop.
Yeah. I do not.
All right, so we got that in there. It's going to cook down. It's going to give the right taste that I'm looking for, and then we're going to strain it. It's only 1 can, okay? It's not enough to make it a tomato soup or anything, but it does give you that right flavor that you're looking for, the acidity of the soup and so forth. And we are going to add one more thing to this. We're going to add a little bit of vinegar, and I'll be right back.
Vinegar, so we're gonna cut.
Yeah. So I normally would use maybe rice wine vinegar. It's one of the things we forgot today. So I'm going to go ahead and use the vinegar I got, which is balsamic, add a little more sweeter taste. Nonetheless, I need the sharpness of it. So I need a good amount. That's good.
Tom is taking the turkey out of the oven.
We browned it on the inside because we don't have that wrap that we were talking about. And now we're going to turn it back over and finish it in the presentation side. And this should be interesting, flipping this again. Not an easy thing to do, especially with these heavy legs. That is the tough part. And hopefully the skin doesn't tear too bad. It did a little. But again, we're going to cut this baby up.
did good again.
Yeah, I like this discombobulated here.
It's not really discombobulated.
Well, and the skin tore a little bit. But boy, it sure looks good, Jeff. I am very happy with it.
It looks
and
good.
cut. So we just tested it. Needed a little more salt. I'm just going to use this. No sense wasting what we seasoned the turkey with to begin with. So it had a lot of salt in it. No sense wasting it. We went ahead and put some of that in there.
Looks good. Bothers you, huh?
It does. Well, we got to have. Oh, hang on.
Hang on, you
I need
got
one more thing.
do the setting. Something just went down.
Don't do it yet. All right, so we just got a few more things. We're going to throw some bay leaves in here. We're going to put a little bit of parsley in here. Actually, we'll take the top off here. And we're going to strain all this anyway, but we're going to get the flavor out of it. We're going to add just a, I know a lot of people say, watch how you use your sesame oil. I do want a little bit of it. And I do want some soy. Gotta be careful, it's low sodium, which is good. Don't need the salt, just want the flavor. And we are gonna taste this to see where we're at. Now that we've made some adjustments. Don't serve stuff that's too salty. If I needed to, there's a couple ways I can fix an over-salted broth. I can add more water to it. I could add more stock to it. And a lot of things. God.
You're on.
All right, so we're gonna have a quinoa brown rice side dish to the turkey. We wanted something healthy, and we're gonna have in there some green pigeon peas, as well as some roasted red peppers. Gonna be a nice taste to go with that nice, beautifully cooked spatchcock turkey. So we're just gonna knock these tops off, but we're not going to waste that. You can punch out the centers here, and you can still use all that. A lot of people just throw that in the garbage, but use that for your Trinity or your other things, or just roast them up like everything else. I'm just going to run my knife through them. We're going to roast these up. No sense throwing them out. This is the part we like. You can run your knife around the inside. I just like taking them off this way. And that way I just can discard the seeds. And we'll do the yellow. Discard the seeds.
God, that looks beautiful.
Peppers are one amazing thing, aren't they?
I love peppers.
And these aren't hot, so they're good for everybody, right?
Yeah, they're.
Now you can trim this if you want, this little part in here that attaches the seeds to the outside. If it's not that big, you don't have to worry about it. Most of them are okay. I'll just take out a few of these for looks. Get rid of those. And one more here. Here, two. All right, then we're just going to take them and we're going to cut them into strips, and not too small, nice pieces. They're going to roast up. We want to roast them till they sweeten, and they'll shrivel just a little bit, but we want some of the texture when we cook them. Not that they're completely wilted, but that they have that nice roasted red pepper or sweet pepper feel to them. So we're just going to do all these, and we're almost done. And we're going to put these on a sheet pan here, and boom, and one more. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on these and roast those in the oven. We also are going to top, that is for the quinoa salad. cut.
All right, ready, Chef Tom. You're on.
Just for a second. All right, so with Jeff, it's always kind of a hide and go seek on ingredients. You don't know really where they are, what they could be. So we're doing brown rice and quinoa. I asked for quinoa, but we're doing a brown rice and quinoa. So I have that cooking right now here if you want to come closer.
So here, let me get in here and just, am I in here at all?
No, you're not in there. 'Cause it's,
I need to.
Here, here's Coach Trippy.
Let me just say a
With
little
few
something.
excuses.
Coach Trippy works 7 days a week, has 2 kids he has to drive to swimming 6 days a week in the morning and sometimes in the afternoon. So shopping is a bit of a pleasure, but it does get overwhelming and I get the wrong ingredients here and there. For the most part, I hit it out of the park today. But even more important, if you would just subscribe and get us to 1,000 subscribers, I may be able to pull back one shift a week at Disney.
And in all fairness, he did a very good job today. Everything we got is good. Little small adaptions is all it is. I just like giving him a hard time. So we have this going, it's boiling. We're gonna hopefully have this great, healthy. Brown rice is decent. I mean, even brown rice isn't that much healthier than regular rice. I know the stigma out there is that, white rice is terrible. But, when you need a carbohydrate in your diet, sometimes rice is a thing. And, you don't always have to sacrifice. But today we are going with quinoa, brown rice. And if you have to sacrifice, if you're going to do it, do a mix like this where you still get some rice in your diet, but you're also getting the quinoa, which is going to be a high superfood for your body. You got it upright, thumb out of the way. All right, I'm here back with you. We're going to be finishing up the ramen, and we're going to take these ends off these green onions. The nice Asian feel of this dish, a good green onion. I'm going to use it 2 different ways. First, I'm going to take the tops off these, just get rid of those. I'm going to use them all, might as well. And whatever we don't use, Jeff, Coach Trippy, can take home with them, cut them up for a salad, bring them to work and eat them. I like them with just a little bit of salt, but he's not an onion eater, so he won't do that.
That's the one thing you do that's like a healthy eating.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a bunch of these up for, but we're going to keep most of them for that. We're going to use a few of these just to garnish the dish in a nice Asian flair, nice thin cut, bias cut green onion to sprinkle over the ramen soup. And you can throw the ends away. Don't know what happened there. I like to use these. We're going to use some more of these. We're going to use the whole thing to garnish the dish. So what I do is I take them right there, and we will use those in conjunction with the cabbage to garnish the dish, but there's no sense wasting all this. So we will use a little bit more of this green as a way to garnish this beautiful dish. And that's the finish of this. Now it's just a few eggs and we're on our way.
Okay.
Yep.
What do you got there, Chef Tom?
The soup, the carrots that we are going to garnish the dish with, I would say that soup is, here's a nice beautiful carrot. I would say the soup's at a point right now where it's maybe 20 minutes away from being finished. And so we're going to drop these carrots in so they have enough time to still have a little bit of bite to them, but are soft enough to eat. So we're going to drop in this, and they'll absorb some of that great broth. So we're just going to drop in, and we're going to fish them back out later.
Got it.
No sense stirring a pan.
No.
Now, we are going to boil up some eggs. There's nothing finishes the ramen dish like a nice, perfectly cooked, soft cooked egg. And a lot of people, it's key to the dish that you get it just right. There's a way to do it that works phenomenal. If you just time it, and you put the eggs in at 7 minutes, pull them out to an ice bath, you will have perfectly cooked, soft cooked eggs with that nice, perfect
So it's
center.
boiling water like we would normally.
Yeah. Well, I always was taught that boiling the water, like boiled eggs, are not the right way to do it. You want the water boiling, but you do not want a hard boil. The harder you boil it, the egg creates sulfur, causes a green tone to the egg yolk. So you want it to be boiling, but you want it just to where the water is soft boil. So it's a soft boiled egg, it's a soft cooked egg that you're going for.
Sounds great.
All right. So we got the water in there. We're going to wait for we're not going to drop the eggs until the water is boiling. All right.
All right. Going to get the turkey.
The last time we checked the turkey was about 20 minutes ago, and it was at 1:45 internal. We're going to check it now. My peppers are good. We take those out. So let's set this down first. And we are going to check the thickest part of this thing.
Wow, let me just get in there. That looks amazing.
So here we go.
Should I get around to the...
And I like when it starts to slow down at the 165 mark. We are kind of slowing down too fast. We gotta. All right, let's cool this down for a second. Let's check another area.
I think we're right at 165, weren't we?
Check the other side. We're at 163.
Does it need to go back in?
I'm going to see here. Now that's going way far, so I think we're okay. That's 165, 166, and that's pretty much perfect, right? Let's check the bones, where the bones are. Let's see if we got the legs in that cooked too. Oh, that's jumping fast. So the bones are all cooked well. So we're good.
It looks
And
good.
the bones will stay more moist because the bone helps protect it. So let's go ahead and check the other side here. And that jumps up there real quick. So we're perfect. And we can let this rest now.
Sure.
And it's beautiful. We're also going to get these peppers out of here because they just finished up.
Let's
as
see
well.
the peppers.
And again, still got the color, still got a little bit of some texture to them, but they're nice and starting to get a little bit of caramelization.
Those look beautiful.
And that's what we want right there. Okay? So we're coming to a good time here.
Boiling eggs.
All right.
Set your time. Let me see the time. How long?
It's going to be 7 minutes once I get them all in there.
All right. So you place them in there.
Yeah, you don't want to crack the shells. It was starting to boil. Now it went down with the cold eggs in there. That's why I'm going to wait to start the clock. You want them all?
Yeah.
This is the expensive part of this meal. You know, the price per pound of turkey is pretty low. These eggs, they're pretty expensive. All right, that's a dozen eggs. And I am starting the clock for 7 minutes.
garlic sauce.
I'm just gonna put about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in there, and I'm gonna fluff this and get it all nice and it looks good, good and healthy, and maybe a dash of salt.
All right, we're pulling the eggs out. Put them in a nice cold bath of water. Is that right?
Yep. Gotta put some ice in here. I had the water in the freezer, so.
All right.
All right, we're gonna add a little bit of pigeon pea to this. I like pigeon peas, so I like it in these rice dishes. And then we're just gonna move that around a bit. And that looks great. We're also gonna add a little bit of the roasted red peppers. We're gonna add all the roasted red peppers.
Not all of them?
All of them.
Oh.
Okay, this is our side dish to our turkey.
This was great. That was garnish, right?
No. You're on the wrong day, Jeff. In addition to this, we add just a little bit. Is green onion okay?
Yeah.
Like the green? Green looks good. All right. And there you have it, our side dish to our beautiful roasted spatchcock chicken. We're gonna get a plate right here now.
We're still plating?
Okay.
Here we go, we're plating.
Yeah, I am actually going to put it on this cutting board, but I'm gonna trim it first. I don't wanna try to carry that over to that cutting board.
You want me to slide the table over?
No. We'll be fine. So we're going to just take this and kind of do some cuts. These are going to come right off. As I said, they come right off. So that's some good eating right there. And then this one here. And I'm going to take the wings off. Find the joint. It's not always easy to find the joint, but I found it. Oh, I want that. I love wings.
Oh, that looks good.
Where is that joint? There it is. Kind of tore it a little bit. Now we have the kind of the neat thing to do with these turkey breasts is to run the knife along the rib cage here, or the sternum, and it should just come right off. I didn't want to damage the skin that bad, but it is what it is. The skin's nice and crispy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We got one more to do here. And you go to the other side of the sternum. Left.
Wow.
I'm gonna eat this though. still some meat along this. Not much. It's good white meat. You want a piece?
Yeah, let me try it.
Mr. Photographer?
Let me try it.
Hold on. Here you go.
Oh yeah.
Come on now. Now we're gonna plate. So let's take some of this beautiful turkey breast. You can see the grain going one way here. We'll try to cut it cross grain. It's all meat. It's all nothing but turkey.
Wow.
So we're going to take a scoop of our quinoa. Peppers and there you are, my friend.
Try it. That was amazing.
Now that's a spatchcock. That's a spatchcock turkey with a quinoa, roasted red peppers, or roasted sweet peppers, pigeon peas, green onions, and yeah, it's there.
Hey everybody, it's Coach Chippy. Here's our plated presentation. Turkey, quinoa, red peppers, orange peppers, yellow peppers.
Beautifully spatchcock
Turkey.
cooked chicken or turkey. And here's the thing, you like Coach Trippy always says, it is it's a blessing when you can eat well and yet be conscious of what you're eating, so you can keep the pounds off in the new year here, or whenever this time of year is that you're watching this video. The thing about doing the spatchcock on the turkey was it freed us up to do many other things, and not have to babysit the turkey as long. It did take about 2 hours to cook as a 21 pound 22 pound turkey.
Yeah.
It took 2 hours and it was cooked perfectly.
It looks great.
It's juicy.
We did taste it
we,
too.
We hit the turkey breast right at 165. The legs and so forth, which have the bones, were a little bit higher than that, but it really went well, and we're going to taste it right now.
We're going to dig in
as a mouthful, or as how I like to say, a perfect bite.
The perfect bite. Don't forget about that.
That's not a shameless plug there, right?
Don't forget about Chef's Tom's.
Anyway, let's go right here, huh? Those roasted peppers. Come on.
That is delicious. Eating thoughtfully.
Yeah, and you know, when I cook, I like to spice everything up. I know Coach Trippy has some family, some kids.
Yeah, they don't like too much spice, but this is great. This is perfect.
Oh, the skin is so good.
Well,
You didn't
Nicholas
get
likes
that,
spice.
I know that's the bad part, right?
No, this is great.
No, the skin. And I'm surprised to say this quinoa is actually pretty darn good. Thank you.
This is another.
Sorry, Jeff doesn't do well when he's eating.
Hey, check out our videos. Like, subscribe, comment, share. We're looking forward to hearing back from you. We're looking forward to seeing your comments, and we're going to keep doing what we do.
Till then,
Till
Coach
then.
Trippy out.
Coach Trippy's out.
So we have gotten to the moment where we are going to strain the broth for the ramen. This is pretty hot, so I'm going to use these hot pads.
Safety first.
Yeah. So we'll try to turn this thing in here with without making too much of a mess. We're going to have to strain some of the oil out afterwards. Get in here, Jeff. All those great veggies. And we're not going to let it go like that. We're going to do this in two parts. First, we're going to do that. And then I will need a spoon. We're just going to gently, I do want some of these nice green leaves, but not the, this is good. So we are going to get all that juice out of there. Not going to waste that. You can see everything we used to make it has been pretty spent.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And we're getting all the juice out of there. I do want a couple of these nice green leaves. And not only do they taste good, but they look good in the dish. So I'm going to take a few of those out there. We're going to dump this and do it one more time because there's still a lot in there. One more time. And I think I got the right vessel.
You did. Good job.
All right. So now we can do one more strain here. It should be up pretty close to the top here. Let's get these bones out of here so we can squeeze the juice out of the spine. Just fell apart.
Oh yeah.
I already took the spine out, but that's still part of it. All right, let's just get this. Oh, there's a big piece right there. The spine of the turkey, spatchcock. And we have enough soup, so that's good. Now, one of the keys here, we got to get rid of a little bit of this oil. So, get one more bowl. Why not? Might as well. I can use this one right here.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to ladle this top of this oil off of here. And there's a little trick to it. You can just kind of take your ladle and just kind of run it along the brim and catch a lot of that oil. You know, we don't need to eat all that, right? We're trying to eat healthy. And it's amazing how much oil came off of out of the spine of that, because I didn't add any like pork or anything like that.
No.
And this is just from the turkey. But we extracted not only the gelatin out of that, the gelatin out of the bones, but we also got all the fat. And we're just skimming this. Go right along the top. You know, a little bit of that is good. It makes it taste good, a little oil. It kind of looks like the ramen you get when you see the little bit of oil floating on the top. Less is better though. Yeah, we're almost through. We'll speed this up. When we edit, we'll speed this up a little bit. A lot went into getting this where it is right now. You know, we used a lot of liquid to reduce to this. All right, that's pretty much it. So let's look what we got here. And it's nothing but just a beautiful broth. You see that?
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah. And we are good to start assembling as soon as our ramen comes up. You know, you can buy a 28-cent pack of ramen in the store, but you're not going to get what we did here today. We took a Spatchcock Turkey. We took the centerpiece bone, the spine. We used it to build our stock. We took our time, we strained it, and now we got this beautiful broth that has a complex nature to it, healthy, and we're going to build this ramen bowl. Even though I don't see too many people doing turkey, we're doing it today. So we got this great, come on over, we have this great, beautiful roasted turkey. We're going to set this in here for presentations with a nice piece of white meat. Another one on the other side with a piece of white meat. We're going to take one of these beautiful carrots that we did, and we're going to lay these. Are tender, but they still are holding their shape. So we're going to lay that in there. Lay that in there. We're going to take some of these ramen noodles and drop them right in front. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. We're also going to take these beautiful eggs that we're not, we won't go into what happened there, but little cooking issues, but we got it. We're going to set them gently in there for presentation. We're going to take some of this great looking cabbage, set it in here next to the carrot. A little bit of cabbage. Set it right in here. And a little bit of this nice green cabbage that we cooked for color. We're just going to lay that in there. Now, we're going to lay a green onion across it. And we have a beautiful ramen bowl that just needs this great broth, which we're going to take, and it's piping hot, and it's going to cook everything and heat it all up. I met my family. We love this soup. We make it a variety of different ways. I did an oxtail version, which is not exactly as healthy as this one, but nonetheless, it's a great version. And we're just going to take a last little bit of green onions to toss it in here like this, and bam, that is a beautiful ramen bowl that you can enjoy with roasted turkey, carrot, cabbage, a soft-boiled egg, and all kinds of different umami in that seasoning from that broth. And that's it, folks. That's the perfect bite for the Coach Trippy Eating Healthy website. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, we've got this beautiful ramen soup. We've got a turkey leg, a ramen,
It's actually a wing.
a turkey wing.
I'll have to do a class on biology with Jeff that know the difference between a wing and a leg.
We've got the ramen.
Sorry.
We've got the what do you call the ramen broth?
It's a ramen broth.
A ramen broth.
It's a long cook using bones and various ingredients that bring a flavor that is unmatched.
It looks great, and it's going to taste great. Let's give this
And a beautiful
try.
soft-boiled egg and a tender carrot that has absorbed some of that stock. I always go in for the egg first. That's just what I do.
That's what I'm doing.
Thank you, Lord.
Oh, that is good.
Not too spicy, right?
No, it's
a little
not,
bit.
Not at all.
But, and Jeff's not an onion guy.
No, that's really great. That's
I love a great spring onion. It's kind of like different prizes in your food. You know, you get little different prizes.
That's amazing. I love it. That's great.
Try that carrot.
Oh yeah, right.
And you got more carrots too, so. you want.
No, that's great.
Let's try these noodles. Oh yeah, try that. And I love this roasted turkey. I kind of let it sit out of the liquid so it still has that crispy nature to it. So delicious.
That's amazing. That's great.
Eating healthy does not have to be all sacrifice.
No, this is delicious. This is wonderful. No, it's not at all sacrifice.
Do you feel like it? No, it does have skin.
Yeah, which is fine.
We strained off all the fat that came from the turkey.
Yeah. This is just great. This is great.
But it's just good vegetables. And again, going back to what we originally said at the beginning, if you wanted to and you wanted to go a little bit more low-cal, you probably could go with a spiraled zucchini.
Zucchini. But I would say go with the ramen. I mean, just eat moderately, eat thoughtfully. The ramen really makes it. I'm telling you. I like the zucchinis. I like the zucchini noodles. Got some turkey right there, soaked in ramen.
Some turkey breast. Little best of both worlds. I didn't try mine yet. For the New Year, or for Christmas Eve, I made a ramen. I had all little surprises. Even though I made a nice birria taco ramen, which is really a fusion of two different cultures. I put like a chorizo meatball in the bottom they didn't expect.
That's so good.
When I did the oxtail ramen, I put a spinner dumpling because it's kind of like a merge of Jamaican and Asian, and just there's a very creative way that you can bring ramen, and it takes just a little bit of time, but it's not really that difficult.
That's amazing.
Until later.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Thanks, Tom. That was great.
Yeah, that was great. It was a good experience.
Yeah, I loved it.
All right.
It was fun.
Right there.
Hey, everybody. Check out our video, Coach Trippy. You can see us on pbpunch.com. We're going to be on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We're going to be here all the time. Every couple of weeks, we'll try to get in the kitchen. Every couple of weeks, we're going to try to get out and do Coach Trippy lunches. So looking forward to seeing you guys. Looking forward to be seen. And talk to you soon.
Later.